So we're going to go over for UWM users. Not only they tried to update the UWM Live and the training materials. So if you're a newbie, new loan officer who wants to begin where how the wholesale industry operates, let's go to chat UWM and then ask all the pay stubs, all the W-2s, or profit and loss, tax returns. If you have any uncertainties about the loan process or details, upload the documents like we have done with ChatGPT, and it will give us within seconds, and you'll be amazed how fast and effective this is. So if you haven't used it, go ahead and use it. If you are already using it, try to work around with a rental survey, market survey, rentals, you name it. It's so much easier than before. And make sure you double check your ID password using the Duo so that you don't have any friction when you log in. Second, WMB has a no credit report loan program. So we can tell people that there is a way to cash out or purchase and have no mortgage payment for 36 months. I briefly went over this about 6 months ago, but the rates went down since the Fed decision, right? So it was in high 8s, but then it came back down to 7. So I wanted to bring this back into our attention. No DTI, no DSCR, no income, no employment. So there are two different programs. One with investment only, closing in the entity names, making sure we provide it to the foreign nationals, right? So what is the difference between the ones that we currently have and this one? The ones that we have currently has to be shown on the financial institution's bank account as a reserve. So we just pay the down payment, but we just show X amount as a reserve. We don't need to transfer any additional funds. This one, we must deposit the 36 months or 48 months of reserves into the investor selected bank. So we are not only hostage the down payment, but the payment, number of payments. So the good thing is, if you have anyone who has money and they can utilize this fund and not worry about their payment for 3 years or 4 years, depending on the number of reserves, rate is changed. Why do we need it? A foreign national person who transferred about $600,000 randomly and don't know where to begin can go into this place. So number 2 and number 3 look very similar, but number 3 requires a borrower's own primary residence, which means this one doesn't. ND2 doesn't, but ND1 does. Okay? Then why is this one asking for more number of housing and the rates are higher? Because the investors are changed. Okay? So this one, because it's an investment, we don't look into income. We don't look into employment. This one now, questions about the primary residence, and we make sure XYZ, but we can close in the individual name. That's the difference. We state the income and state the asset. That's another difference. Who cares XYZ, right? So if you have an investor saying, I must close in the individual name, then drive into ND1. If they say, I don't have any home, I don't intend to claim it under my name, I'm going to claim it under my entity name, LLC can be created in 48 hours. And we can open escrow and change the addendum ownership transfer in the middle of a transaction as well. So let's say I, a foreign investor, coming into the States 2 weeks ago, willing to purchase the property, but don't have any income, asset, or credit history, don't give in yet. Give him this rate, give him this program, and then we can change the transfer of ownership from individual to a random entity name that I created 48 hours ago. LLC is highly recommended on this pile. As you have seen, article of organization, statement of information, IRS form, and operating agreement are the only thing that's needed. This is mind-blowing. And you'll be able to save many transactions by doing this. Number 4. This was also available for a very long time, but Fed decided to lower the rate, so this loan also became significantly cheaper. Community mortgage, a CDFI approved lender programs doesn't ask us to provide the income documents for primary residence. So when we talk about the repayment ability, DTI, we don't care. We only look into LTV and FICO and the reserves. Income, employment, and detailed documents are not required. No ATR are required. Ability to repay is not questioned. This is available for all documents for nationals and investors in DSCR. And there's no overlay. You run the pricing, and when it works, it's going to fund. And we funded numerous files when the employment recently changed, when this person has no credit score. I'll show you one random client that I am doing right now. So he went through a divorce. Throughout the divorce, he met a wrong bankruptcy attorney, ended up closing every single account he has for the last 18 years. He operates 7 dental offices, and he has 0 credit trade lines. Therefore, there are 80 inquiries. Everything is zeroed out. This is ridiculous. And look how many places that he shopped around and has no credit score. So what I did is to give him this number 2 program, and he created an LLC yesterday. We're expecting to close in 21 days. So this looks so crazy, but because it came up, I'm sure it will come up again. Maybe we can bring this up to those people who doesn't have all these criteria. So when everyone says they need an income, DTI, income verified and stated, we don't. And I'm selling these to people that we are selling hard money owner-occupied transactions. I want to share with you one file that we funded yesterday. There's an investor fee of 1 point of the loan amount. Loan amount was at 1.12, rated 9.25. Because of the LTV was at 70, we maxed it out. Let me show you the credit report too. Credit score was phenomenal. It was 805 for this power 1. Power 2 was 808. So these elderly couple, let me show you how old this person was too. They're really old. But unfortunately, they want more money than what the reverse mortgage allows them to do. So what I gave them was a 5.25 closing cost loan. And they said thank you, and we closed it. Their cash proceeds was $412,000. So did I do a good job? I think so. Not only I took care of their payoffs, but I also paid off their property taxes up front. So they don't have to worry about too many things. And I impounded it. So in case of emergency, I don't have to be bothered with insurance or taxes. Okay. The reason why we impound is to override the high price mortgage, HPML. So please don't be shy. This was another win for the week, if you may call it, but I didn't spend too much time. This person literally brought like 400 pages of hard copy papers and visiting mortgage companies, and he walked in. He Googled us and he walked in. I don't know how and why, but I was able to provide what he was asking for. And surprisingly, none of the mortgage companies in Fullerton had this program. I don't know why, but let's use it as a tool and maximize it in every possible way we can. Okay? And this is a 30-year fixed, by the way, guys. 30-year fixed mortgage, no prepayment abilities, no prepayment penalties, owner occupied. I think I said enough. Any questions? If you have specific loan scenarios, please reach out to me. if you have any scenarios that you need to receive multiple answers from our 17 to 18 different investors and one shot, Scenario Desk is still operating. Fill out a Google form. If you don't have the link, ask Gia about it. Once you fill in the link and the form, within 30 to 45 minutes, you'll be CC'd automatically to all these emails to the account executives, and you'll have an answer. But it only applies for the residential deals. So commercial, hard money, reach out directly to me. Okay?
Peter, I have a quick question. Going back to that CD, I saw that you had a broker fee of $28,000, and then you also charged 1 point.
Yes, 1 point is the investor fee.
Oh, investor fee. Okay, is that how you're just selling it, or is it actual an investor fee?
It's an investor fee. So
okay.
Let me show you the lock confirmation page. It was 99. It's not giving us an option to raise the rate to minimize this fee.
Why is that, or was that rather?
But Change Wholesale wants to make money at the same time.
Gotcha.
They want to make money. So we are acting as a broker in this case.
Gotcha. Okay. And then you charged what, 1.5?
2.5.
2.5.
Yes, the combined closing cost was $62,000, about 5 points. We can go up to 8% of the loan amount.
Okay. And then, what was these borrowers, what was their need for this? Just to do a cash out refinance?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
They had some inheritance that they need to collect from Canada. And Canada requires the inheritance tax to be paid upfront before money transfers. So by doing this, they get about $17 million. But they couldn't get this money. So if they don't collect and pay the IRS tax due by the end of the year, they are going to forfeit the $15.6 million or so to Canada government.
I see.
Canadians have different regulations than us. When we win the lottery, we pay the taxes up front and get the proceeds. They make the winners to pay the freaking tax up front. If you don't have the money, then you can't claim it.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're still offering like 4% rate. They're doing a different game than us. But anyhow, he's a U.S. citizen, a engineer making about $13,000 each month, but DTI doesn't work. LTV didn't work. Reverse didn't work. Surprisingly, reverse Heckham and the proprietary, the jumbo HELOC, both didn't work. That was what's surprising. But Change Wholesale was able to save the deal, and I was able to make money out of it. I didn't rob him. He's actually thanking me. He's sending me gifts and multiple text messages, spreading the word out what kind of a service that I provided. After charging him $62,000, guys.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's like mind-blowing. So many unseen events, untouchables are just floating around. So don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Okay?
Awesome. Great.
Any other questions? If not, let's pick up where we left off today about the income next week. I think me and Ragnar will create another like a workbook, possibly worksheet with like 7-8 different questions so that we can streamline these at the same time. And if you have any topics that you want to go over specifically one by one, calculating reserves, calculating asset, or how do we screen credit report or bank statement, there are so many different ways that we as a loan officer need to know so that we can provide better service to our clients. I don't know how else to emphasize the importance of knowledge. But have a great week, guys, and let's talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.